Okay, good morning, afternoon, evening. This is like a video topic that I had in my mind for a while. Part of it was because W Slasher did a video a while back on his hate for Bermuda, and I noticed that there has been more activity lately on the Facebook and Twitter sphere for Bermuda Triangle. Based on what you see for the title of the video, it's going to be more on the why Bermuda, what Bermuda means to me, I guess. You know, there's a spot where people hate the clan. There's a group that love the clan. There's a few that's probably in the middle, but that's kind of wishy-washy. So we kind of want to go at the direction on the hate and the love. So, for context, disclaimer, disclosure, whatever you want to call it, at this time, I will say comfortably that I'm a main Bermuda player. I do play other clans, so like I have other decks. I don't just stick with just Bermuda every day, but if we were to have a BCS for 2021, maybe back in 2020. 2019, probably be playing Bermuda. So that's just how it is. Kind of want to go a little bit further back to kind of take a look at Bermuda. So the clan itself, for the longest time, hasn't been that good, and I think because of that, there hasn't been a lot of discussion on why Bermuda sucks or why we hate them or anything like that. No one really spoke about Bermuda Triangle that much. I mean, there was a few once in a while on the internet or maybe at an event, but for the most part, not a lot of hate. If you had BT2, the Onslaught set, they only had like 4 cards, and then they got their first extra booster set, which made them a real clan. Quite memorable though. I built a Riviere deck. I bought like 4 boxes and amazingly was able to pull a Riviere in each box, so that was really good. So that was kind of like my start for Bermuda, of course, like a lot of players. If they started playing Vanguard back in the day, starting to sound like a real Vanguard boomer, but I built the deck for Riviere, and to be honest, after that I haven't really touched it ever since. It's just that during that time, I was playing like Narukami, Gold Paladin, Link Joker. Those are just best decks, really good. I was definitely more into the Knights aesthetic than Dragons, so believe me, I do like a variety of aesthetics and playstyles. What really got me to really look at Bermuda Triangle was definitely the Stride set when they were introduced. That was like the Loris, the Olivia, the Academy of Divas. That was the set that made me really want to play Bermuda. I finally just built the deck, you know, the Loris deck. She was the Stride representative for the clan. The way that at the time where Stride was being a thing, we kind of don't really touch the old cards anymore. Kind of like a reboot. That's I guess that's the best way to say it. You can still use the old cards, but all the new cards were just way better, and including Bermuda. Like I said, you know, Bermuda has quite some hate right now, but back in the day, they just weren't that good. So I don't think a lot of people cared. But I think with the Academy of Divas set that came out, it definitely got a lot more attention. People have started to notice Bermuda Triangle a lot more now. It was definitely like a game changer for Vanguard in general, where you'll have a set that has SPs with alternate art. Now, not every single Bermuda Triangle card got alternate art in that set. They definitely got SPs, but there was a few that did. We called them like the Summer Legs SP. You know, each Bermuda set going forward after Academy of Divas, there was a theme for the SP. Now, every Bermuda set there was a theme to it, but this was the first time where they tried to make the art have a particular theme. So the Academy of Diva had the whole summer theme. It was quite memorable for me because, again, I think I bought like a bunch of boxes for that set. Like, I usually don't buy boxes back in the day, just buy the singles. But I definitely went in. A bunch of my friends went in on this set. It was a fun set, design set. I also remember during the summer, someone on eBay actually listed a play set of all the SPs for about $1,500 or $1,600. And I remembered I was speaking to my friend about it. We all kind of joked that that's way too much. Who's gonna buy that? Well, you know, hindsight's 2020. That would have been a great buy. So, Academy of Diva for me, it's such an iconic set for Bermuda. Olivia was in there. I think that's like the most famous, I believe, at the time. It was also definitely the most expensive, and I think she holds her value quite well even today. It was one of those grail cards for me for Bermuda for the longest time. It was a staple. It was a really good card. Olivia, and the art was great too. But I think it was like around that's when Bermuda started getting more hate, I guess, because people were, I don't want to say they were jealous, but they weren't too thrilled that, you know, you get a clan like Bermuda Triangle, even though they get support once a year, because they have a dedicated set. They get so much support cards. It's like they got supported throughout the year. So I guess that's the best way to explain how unfair they are treated as far as like card release. They're definitely on the more love side for Bushiroad. A point that I wanted to bring up though is that a lot of players say that it's not a best-selling clan. It's very hated. I think that became more prevalent after the Diva Festa set. I guess that would be the good starting point there. Once Diva Festa dropped, it kind of brought Bermuda to the mainstream, I guess you would say. Vanguard's a niche game, but within the tops for BCSs, WGPs, and BSFs, Diva Festa was definitely the set that brought Bermuda center stage. The set before, Prismatic Diva, was another memorable set for me, but it wasn't the set that broke Bermuda. They had like the GR that got the quad drive, and it was also okay. Let's backtrack. Prismatic Diva was definitely, like I said, it's a memorable set. It was also a very unique set for Vanguard in general. It was released in July 2017, I think that's when it was released. I'll have to double check. But what was important was that the set dropped like early of the month for Japan, and then we got it at the end of the month. It was literally the same month set release. So I think that's why that set to me was a little special. At the Kara Expo, it wasn't called Kara Expo, but same idea, same location kind of deal, or was it in Pomona? Can't really remember. But you were able to buy the Prismatic Diva booster boxes early, and then there was a Bermuda Triangle tournament, a dedicated tournament. So that was really fun. I actually got first place. Technically got second, but long story short, I went undefeated, but then dropped because I had to go get the Shushu Turia artist autograph. So I wasn't gonna finish the tournament. So I just scooped. And then with my record, I got second. So, but I still say I was honorarily first because the event organizer knew what happened. So he just gave me an extra promo card, which was the Stride Fodder. Very hard to find, to be honest. I haven't seen anyone else sell that promo. So if you have one, lucky you. But, okay, now anyway, going back to Diva Festa, that was the set that really brought Bermuda to the next level. So, in context, it was the last G set. Standard was announced. Vanguard was split into two formats. It was a pretty different time. People were still playing. I guess this would probably be like one of its peak moments of premium play, because everyone was still playing Vanguard. You played Standard, you only had like 4 decks to pick from, while in premium it was just everything still. Bermuda kept winning a bunch of the WGPs, the Asian qualifier tournaments, things like that. It was just an insane deck. Anj, grade 3 was introduced, and then the Ellie G-Guard, not even close. It was like the best deck out. A bunch of decks had a hard time to compete. I mean, you had Luard, you had ZTB, Nubatama, OTT, Gize. There was a lot of heavy hitting decks, but Anj, Shushu, Ellie, I pretty much call it 50 card good stuff with the G Zone. It was a really strong deck, and I think because of that, that's when people became more vocal on the hate for Bermuda. And that's the thing, though. When I say hate, there's definitely a lot of hate for certain cards. I mean, there's a bunch of those certain artwork cards where people will be like, quite questionable, quite on the young side. But let's be grown-ups about it. It's a card game, just different artwork. I play Vanguard because you can pick so many cool things out of it, and Bushiroad's not shy in choosing a specific art style direction. Like I said, this video is a part of it was inspired by W Slasher's hate for Bermuda, because he even mentioned like it doesn't fit the aesthetic for the battles. In the end of the day, a card game is a card game. Lore is important, but it's not something where you should, base your likability of a card clan, or disliking them in general. Yeah, I mean, Bermuda, they're just idle cards, sure. They're cool. I like them. I don't know why there's a lot of hate. I don't think there's a lot of hate per se on the clan itself, but I have noticed that Vanguard players would hate on the players that use them. Like, they'll actually not like physically attack them, but they'll attack that person's character. Like, they'll start calling them certain things that would, I guess, would put them in line on how Twitter acts. I don't want to get too political or talk about the whole cancel stuff on my channel here. This is not that. But I do want to make a video where I kind of defend Bermuda Triangle. It's one of my favorite clans. I stand behind that. I know that once Standard became a thing, Bermuda ever since just became the best deck. We had Prismatic, Crystal, Twinkle Melody. All those 3 Bermuda sets in Standard alone were definitely some of the strongest cards that Bermuda have ever gotten. I mean, it started with Diva Festa. I will say that was the starting point where Bermuda got good. But for the longest time, Bermuda wasn't that great at all. Wasn't a very strong clan until Diva Festa and forward. But there's just, I go on Twitter, go on Facebook, Reddit too. There's just so much hate. It's the internet though, so fair enough. You go on the internet, you're always gonna find something where you don't agree with or they don't like it, which is fine. That's fine. I don't really care for that. But when people start attacking specific people because they like Bermuda Triangle, that's what I think it's kind of wrong. I did a couple of games on the Bushiroad Discord group, and everyone was really chill there. I haven't really had a bad experience other than maybe like one person cheating. But I played against a person, and he even told me before, I'm not a big fan of Bermuda. And I was like, well, that's fair. You can have your dislikes, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with not liking a clan. There's a couple of clans that I don't like, but I don't go attack the players. And this guy was cool. He said that the game was really fun. He hasn't had this much fun in a while. It could be because the way I play Vanguard, I kind of let my opponent do his combo for the most part. If I know that I won't die from it, I'll let him pull it off, so it'll make it feel more rewarding for me to win, because it gave my opponent a chance to do his best play, then I'll do my best play. So that's how I tend to play Vanguard. But he was pretty much saying those just because it was more of like a stereotype. He had that's why he didn't really like Bermuda. He would say that the people that play Bermuda was a certain type of group of people, and I was like, well, that's not true. I mean, I didn't want to get into too much of an argument, but I heard what he was saying, and it's just not true though. That's just a misconception on the players. It's just that people like to have like a boogeyman, or I guess in this case a boogie mermaid, and people just want to hate on it. It's not that good. Don't hate on Bermuda Triangle. That's all I'm trying to say. As far as like the player base goes, you can hate the clan, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with hating the clan, but don't hate on the players, because it's just not very nice, I would say. We're all Vanguard players in the end of the day. Everyone's playing the game for fun, maybe to win regionals or whatever the case is, however you find fun in Vanguard. But it's just play nice is I just want to say out there. But anyway, this video's gone long enough. Throw in the comment section if you like Bermuda Triangle. What's your favorite units? It's kind of fun that you can do the whole waifu wars for Bermuda. But if you don't like Bermuda, tell me why in the comments section. I read through W Slasher's video on his hate for Bermuda, and in the salty comments section below, people were talking about hating Bermuda, but they didn't really give a reason. So give me some reasons if you don't like Bermuda, and so that way I can better understand it and go from there. So anyway, I'm not sure I'm gonna do more videos like this, but this has just been sitting in my mind for the longest time, and I wanted to get it out there. Go ahead, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. I probably won't do another video like this, but anyway, I will see you in the next one.